Hey guys, Vaughn here. So today on the Retro Review we're playing Star Fox. Of course this is on the Super Nintendo Classic Mini. I guess there's a lot to say about Star Fox. This is from the mind of Shigeru Miyamoto, godfather of Japanese video gaming. It's polygon, space shooter. It's not a rail shooter, but you are certainly given a guided path, and you have some control over weaving and not just shooting, but flight in of itself. However, it hasn't aged well. So this is from 1993, Nintendo first-party game here, really showing off what is left of the Super Nintendo. We're gonna go with Control A. Game, sure. This is gonna be a total shit show. We're probably gonna put this on easiest setting. Level 1. Guys, I don't honestly know how far I can go through this, because I tried when this thing was just came out. I got this in October, and I was having a rough go at it. Now, yeah, there's some beautiful music in this. The visuals are not quite what you would look back at and say, oh yeah, that was a great looking game, but this is a 16-bit system blowing the freaking doors off of something like an Atari Jaguar. So look at it like that. Yeah, the picture's a little truncated. It's nice that there's some mountains in the distance. Let's see what's shooting here. There we go. I think that the flat, shaded, no texture map polygons age better than, say, low bit bad textures. But this game goes at such a slow crawl as far as frame rate. I think we're looking at 15 frames per second. And surprisingly, I haven't completely embarrassed myself on camera. Oh shit. Spoke too soon. Oh shit. You gotta watch out for some debris here, missiles, these assholes. I don't even know what they're doing. Stealing a building. I think on easier, see we got Peppy here. He's chasing the guy. Hey, he was mine. Yep. I remember all this shit. I mean, I played this in '94 when it was not quite brand new, but newish. Funny story you guys are gonna like. So I was headed to this place called Warp Zone, this gaming shop owned by some lesbians where I used to live in Oklahoma. And I was kind of excited to get in there, and so excited that I left my thumb in the door of the car while I slammed it and it locked. I think I had to go to the hospital for it, but it wasn't broken. Anyways, I ended up picking up Star Fox. I think we returned and I picked up Star Fox, I think is what went down, and I ended up having to play Claw. So, in memory of that... Oh! Okay. Oh boy. Yep. You know what? It's not really a great game to replay. Yeah, you're gonna notice things like the frame rate. You're gonna have a tough time, honestly, controlling it, because you're gonna be used to analog controls. You know, imagine a flight sim without analog controls. That's Star Fox for you. I'm actually doing surprisingly decent. I played this a few months ago and it was really doing brutally bad. Kind of just hoping to get through the first boss. I played on the harder setting. I was totally getting owned. I dare say the game is almost unplayable. Like, I'm having a very difficult time discerning what I'm looking at. And this was not an easy game, even when it was new. Oh, Jesus Christ, we tore his ass up. Yeah, I'm making it look a little easier than this. You know, a lot of this is muscle memory from over 20 years ago. Do a barrel roll, all that shit. Man, I remember going to Walmart and just being mesmerized by Star Fox 64 display unit they had. Oh, I probably didn't need to do that. I love the way the bombs look. You know, this is the first game showing off the Super FX chip that made polygons possible on the Super Nintendo, but you know, it's something that it's like the best Super Nintendo games seem to be something Nintendo was holding on to. Like, they knew the programming secrets, and not a lot of other developers were really allowed to tap in and how to implement the best. I wonder if more games had the Super FX chip, if that could have maybe postponed the next generation a little more. I realized that included on this unit, we have, of course, Star Fox 2, and as you know, it was never released. It was finished, ready to go, ready to get shipped out the door, but not released because they were concerned that it looked like crap compared to what, say, the Saturn and PlayStation could do with 3D. Particularly, I guess, the PlayStation, being that it's a machine made for 3D. Now, this stage here, I have not done in so long. Oh, that was an enemy? Shit. We're being forced into the first person? Okay, I guess I can adjust view here. This is gonna be a complete bitch. Like, it's so hard to adjust to what's coming at you. I don't think a kid could pick this game up and really play it, to be honest with you. It's like they're just gonna be so confused. I think there's diverging paths in the game. Like, you hit a certain area, you fly into a secret spot, and it's gonna warp you. I never beat this game back in the day, and I'm not really intending to for the sake of this review. I know what comes up here. I mean, I haven't forgotten Star Fox. I much prefer Star Fox 64, and yes, I know I haven't played it in, 20 years also, but I hope that it aged pretty well. I like the way how there was some all-terrain mode, and there was even a level that felt kind of like Independence Day, the movie, with Will Smith. I never saw the sequel. I would say that this is barely playable, really. Like, you're gonna just largely be frustrated here, and I'm sure I'm gonna be more frustrated getting to Star Fox 2 and trying to look at it almost like it's a brand new game, and just totally being overwhelmed because there's never been any sense of, oh yeah, that's the way Star Fox 2 always was, right? So, yeah, I'm talking out my ass right now, trying to give you guys some kind of review here. Yeah. I think that you're going to actually find more fun with Star Fox 64. You know, should they ever make an N64 Classic, which I would bet they do, sure as shit bet that that game's going to be included. Ah, damn it. Get lost, you fiend. Yeah, I don't have a crosshair. I don't have an analog stick. I'm just kind of lucky that I'm playing this on easy mode, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think, is that this shift? Can I run into that and that take me somewhere? Oh shit, maybe not. Oh Christ. See, how am I supposed to know that's even gonna hit me? I really like this Super Nintendo Classics anyway. Aside from the upscaling, I never really would have thought that this played any different, other than being spoiled by analog controls nowadays. I would think that a situation you run into here is that this system is really the pixel, the 2D game system. You know, one of the best 16-bit systems, but we're not really looking at it for its 3D gameplay. It took forever for them to really get controllers that could work right for 3D. You know, you got the dual analog DualShock on the PlayStation. The hell, the PlayStation didn't even come with that. You weren't really expected to be playing two-stick games on a PlayStation. I mean, that wasn't something they were really thinking about. Hell, you're limited to one stick on the N64, and yet you're expected to play Star Fox 64? Come on, open up the iris. Give me a break. Come on, let's get this over with. I have to stop shooting it for a minute. You know, look at the way the game's trying to scale the shading, and it makes you wonder, how were you ever able to play this game? I guess it looked better on CRT with nothing to compare it to, but now we have every game on the market to compare to. 20 minutes ago, I was playing Overwatch. You almost never would have thought a game like Overwatch could have existed if you saw a game like this. Star Fox, very tough game to review because it doesn't really get you with the feels. It's not something that you look back on as aging well. There's arguably some voice sampling, fantastic music, and it's really great how that's implemented and everything. But if you want to see how 3D polygon games progress, this is definitely a game to look at back at in the time capsule. I give Star Fox from 1993 an 8.7 out of 10.